Hi everyone, welcome back to my SQL placement series. In the previous video, we discussed case 1 of when to use subqueries, that is, when there are unknown values in the question. Now, in this video, we are going to discuss case 2 of when to use subqueries. That is, we use a subquery when the data we want to select is present in one table, but the condition we need to apply is present in another table. Guys, I know you people are getting confused here, but trust me, it is very easy once you understand it, and it is also an important concept, and questions based on this are very commonly asked in interviews. So in this video, we will clearly understand when to use this type of subquery by understanding example tables and solve a few queries step by step so that the concept become very clear. So guys, let's get started. Now let's understand case 2 of subqueries. We use a subquery when the data we want to select is present in one table, but the condition that we need to apply is present in another table. In simple words, the select part belongs to one table, whereas the where condition depends on another table. Since the required information is spread across two different tables, we cannot directly write a single query on one table. So we use a subquery first and then fetch the required value from the table, and then we use that in the main query on the another table. So guys, the key idea to remember here is when the data is to be selected and the condition to be applied are present in different tables, we use a subquery. Okay guys, don't get confused. We will understand this case by understanding two tables. The first table we have here is EMP table. This table stores information related to employees. Now let's understand what each column represents. EID represents employee ID. It is uniquely identifies each employee. ENAME represents the employee name such as Smith, Miller and Adams. SAL column represents the salary of the employees, and the last column is department number, which represents the department number in which the employees is working. So from the EMP table, we can know which employee works in which department. Now let us look at the second table, which is department table. This table contains information about departments. DEPT number represents the department number. DNAME represents the department name such as HR, sales or IT. LOC represents the location of that department. Now guys, listen carefully. There is something very important to notice here. If you observe carefully, the column department number is present in both the tables. In the employee table, the department number tells us which department number an employee belongs to. And in department table, the same department number tells us department name and its location. So this column acts like a connection between the two tables. For example, if we look at the EMP table, we can see that Miller has department 20. Now, if we go to the department table and look for department 20, we can see that the department name is sales. So, using this common column, that is department number, we can connect employee information with department information. And whenever a question requires information from both of these tables, that is where we have to use subqueries. Now let us look at the first question. Write a query to display names of the department of employee Miller. So guys, the question is asking us to find the department name of the employee Miller. Now let's break it down step by step. First, we need to identify where the required information is present. the department name, which is D name, is present in department table. But the condition in the question is based on employee name Miller, and employee names are stored in EMP table. So here the data we want to display is in the department table, but the condition we need to apply is in the employee table. Since the information is present in two different tables, we cannot directly write a simple query on just one table. So we solve this question in two steps, guys. In the first step, we go to employee table and find the department number of the employee whose name is Miller. And this is the query for this. This query will give us the department number in which the Miller works, that is 20. So the result of this query is 20. Next, in step 2, since we know the department number is 20, we can go to department table and find the department name corresponding to department number 20. This is the query for step 2. Here we have used where condition to display department name, since we already know the department number, which is 20. But instead of writing two separate queries, we can combine them using a subquery. And how can we do that? Observe here carefully, guys. In the place of 20, which represents department number, we write the subquery to find the department number of Miller, which is we write the query which we have written in step 1. So this is the final query. Here you can see 20 is replaced by a subquery to find the department number. Here the inner query runs first and finds the department number of the Miller. Then the outer query uses that result, which is 20, to find department name from the department table. So guys, this is the perfect example for case 2 of when to use subqueries, where the condition is in one table and the data we want is in another table. And how this query runs, guys? First, the inner query executes. It goes to EMP table and finds the department number of employee Miller. The result we get is department 20. Next, the outer query runs. It takes the value 20 and searches in the department table. When department number is 20, the department name is sales. So the final output of this query is sales, which is department name of the employee Miller. So guys, please remember this. The inner query finds the value and the outer query uses that value to fetch the final result. Now let's look at another example to understand this concept better. And for this also we will use the same employee and department table. Okay, the question is, write a query to display location of the employee whose name is Adams. So guys, the question is asking us to display the location of the employee whose name is Adams. If we observe the tables carefully, the employee name Adams is present in employee table, but the location information is present in the department table. So the condition belongs to EMP table, while the data we want to display belongs to department table. And the required information is spread across two tables. So we use subquery to connect them. This is the final query, guys. Here the main query is selecting location from the department table. This means the final result we want is the location of the employee Adams. But the condition used in where clause depends on the department number of the employee Adams. So the department number is not directly known. So we place another query inside the where clause. And this inner query searches the EMP table and finds department number of the employee whose name is Adams. Once this department number is obtained, the outer query uses that value and searches in the department table to find the corresponding location. So, using this single subquery, we are able to fetch the location of the department in which Adam is present. So guys, the result shows that the employee Adam works in department where the location is L3. So that's all for today's video, guys. In this video, we clearly understood case 2 of subqueries. We learned when we should use a subquery when the data we want to display is present in one table and the condition we need to apply is present in another table. We also looked at examples using the EMP and department tables and understood how a subquery helps us to connect these tables to get the required result. For practice, I have also mentioned some important queries at the end. These are commonly asked in interviews, so I strongly recommend you guys to try to solve them on your own. Once you try them, write your queries in the comment section. I will check each and every one's of your answers and reply to you. And if you have any doubts while solving them, feel free to post your questions in the comments as well. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like the video, save it for later revision, and share it with your friends who are learning SQL. And if you want to learn more SQL concepts and interview questions like this, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. Happy learning.